So hey what's up guys, Riotbox here and welcome back to our MotoGP 18 career mode. Now, yesterday the next episode went up and it was the start of the season and it received quite a lot of negative feedback, and mostly about the riding, some about the race distance. So I just want to address those issues. So the race distance I will change. I didn't quite enjoy 35% races, which is probably why I came across a bit frustrated in that video, which I was very frustrated in that video. So that's basically what I'm going to change from 35% race. We're going to try 3-lap races, but maybe I'll try 25%. But again, it's pointed out that some people prefer 35%, some people prefer 3 laps. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 3-lap races, but every so often I'll do one longer race within the season, and then, like, you know, because it's really difficult as a YouTuber to please everyone, but you know, if you've got to go the majority, like the majority of people wanted me to move to the KTM team, so that's what I did. So it's tough to please everyone, so I mean, if we could drop the negativity in the comments, I mean, I'll try and improve my riding, and I'll change the race distance. So anyway, enough of that, let's get into the next round, second round of the season, which is going to be Argentina, and then we'll hop into the third round, which is going to be Kota. So let's hop straight in. But first, actually, I have noticed that we've got some R&D points which we could use. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them in. We did the power, so the power should be okay for a bit. We've done the brakes. It's time to head into like the frame or the aero or suspension maybe. What we got on the frame? Lean stiffness. We've got penetration. Prevents the bike from pulling wheelies. Downforce, no. Option increases rate of descent, and stiffness makes the bike react faster when steering. So we'll go for that one. Go for stiffness. Put some on there. So anyway, let's get into the next race then, and we'll get into qualifying. So here we are in qualifying then at Argentina. This is going to be our first lap. So it's been a while since I played this game. I basically only play this game at the weekend, so I haven't played it since last weekend. So let's get into a first lap then, whack in a banker lap and see what we can do. See if we get into qualifying to start to improve this KTM bike, and it's starting to react a little bit better through the corners. So if I keep doing that stiffness thing, it should be all good. So let's get into this first lap then. Oh, just been nerfed out by Aleix Espargaro there. That was not cool of him. He just completely nerfed us out there. We're on our lap and he just comes flying up the inside of us. But anyway, let's set this banker lap and see where it sort of puts us. So coming towards the end of this first lap then, we've cleared Espargaro and now onto the back of Jack Miller, but these are on their out laps, so they're not actually on flying laps. So let's come across the line, see what we do. We go pole position for now, but we're the only person set a lap, so that's why. But if we can get right on the back of Jack Miller following round, we should be able to set a decent lap in this qualifying session, which is going to be near the front, and then we'll just build on it from there. So again, we're going to go for another lap and see how we get on. So you can see we're fastest through the first sector, and we're just about to come through the second sector, which we go again 2 tenths under the time, so the same as the first sector. So let's see how the rest of this lap goes then. Oh, look at us all over the back of Jack Miller. He's holding us up there as we go half a second under our time, but we've gone out wide as we tried to overtake Jack Miller and a contact with him. What are we doing racing on our qualifying laps? What are we doing? Coming through the final few corners and taking this tight line, which I traditionally take on MotoGP games around here. Coming around the final corner, out wide a little bit, but we go half a second under our own time. So what I'm going to do, go for another lap and then probably end it off there if we're going to be on for a pole position. So guys, for the first sector we're going a tenth under again. We are building and building and building on our lap time here. Oh, but for the second sector we've lost a little bit of time. I think that's because we had the slipstream of Jack Miller last time and we've gone a bit wide here. Oh, I've gone a bit wide there. So what I'm going to do, I think that's going to be enough to get us through to the next session of qualifying. So we'll keep it, and yeah, we do. 7 tenths faster than Alex Rins. What a lap time. And the AI are really inconsistent around here, as in my performance compared to AI. The different tracks, they're slow, different tracks are fast. Qatar's one of those tracks where they're really quick. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in the next session of qualifying then. Can we take pole position on this KTM? That is the big question. So what I'm going to go, because we're in qualifying to it, I'm going to fast forward through the session a little bit, more towards the end, of 37.4 from Marquez, so that is obviously a lot quicker than what we get. Was that about what we did? I can't exactly remember. But anyway, let's get out on track, see if we can set a decent lap time, a 37.4 from Marquez. So let's see where our lap times are going to compare to that one. So let's get into this opening lap of qualifying 2. Coming across the line then, we've got 1.5 seconds quicker than Marquez. How have we done that? We've found some really good pace around here, you know, and I think that's going to be enough, you know. I'm going to finish the session. Let's see if that's enough. That's got to be enough to take qualifying. Why are we so much quicker? That's so confusing. I bet in the race, though, the AI are just going to stomp us. It's a bit of a weird one. But anyway, I'm not going to complain. Pole position in our second round of this season after an atrocious first round. Obviously, that stiffness upgrade's done absolutely bits for us. I mean, it's fucking it's made the bike so much nicer, flowing. It turns in the corners better. That's what it should be doing. So anyway, let's get into the race then. Here we are then on the grid then for the second round of this season. We got pole position on our KTM. We slightly upgraded it, got more power, better brakes, and now a better suspension. Stiffness suspension, yeah, it must be. But here we are then on the line, and I'm gonna sneeze. I'll need to remember to cut that out, so if I forgot to cut that out, then I'm so sorry. But anyway, back into the start. That's a bit weird, bit unfortunate timing. We got to look at the start we got off the line. So coming to turn number 1 then, let's see if we can whoa, Dovi, absolute, whoa, Marquez and Zarco, what are they doing? We've been absolutely nerfed out here. Obviously we've only got 3 laps around here now, so hopefully we'll be doing 2 races this episode. But have to wait and see how we get on. Oh, Marquez and Dovi, the AI is so aggressive at the start of this race. Coming through turn 3 then, we've dropped to 5th position. 5th. So anyway, let's keep on pushing then. With 3 laps around here, so it's a bit more of a sprint. So where are we going to be able to get Dovizioso? Can we break up the inside of Dovi? Our brakes aren't as good as theirs, as you can see, struggling. So we had the qualifying pace, is now converting it into the race pace, which is a bit more of a challenge. And the Yamahas are not in the top 5, and they're not in the top 6. Got Petrucci behind us, so coming into turn number 7, we're in deep. That corner catches me out all the time. It's a difficult one. I expect to be able to brake later than that, but not able to. Come to turn 9 then. This is where we get a bit of a run on Dovizioso. I can feel it as we're coming up the inside. Oh my god, we've absolutely nerfed him out. That's a bit unfair. That is really unfair. I didn't mean to completely nerf him out there, which is I would have let him back through, but he's dropped all the way back there now. So coming into the final few corners then. Surprised we didn't get a penalty for that one. Come through the final corner. Oh, a bit wide. Zarco 37.4. We set a 38.1. So now let's carry on pushing. Coming to turn number 1. Where are we going to be able to get on? Oh, a bit bumpy for turn number 1 as we get out a bit wide. KTM doesn't ride the bumps very well. Right, coming to turn 2. I mean, oh, Dovi again. So where are we going to be able to catch up to them as we're coming up the inside of turn 3, holding it with him. And my god, the rear tyre spinning up there. We've got to watch out for the tyre wear, of course, around here. We're on the soft tyres, which seem to be okay in the MotoGP class. In the other classes of bikes, it was a bit more difficult. Braking at the end of this straight a bit. No, pretty much on point, which is good. And Marquez, look at him on the charge. He's going after Zarco as I've now got Petrucci all over the back of us. Come on. Keep it going. We've only got a 3-lap race around here, and it looks like they are escaping our grasp a little bit as we run out wide again. This corner's a killer for me, but we get away with a wide line around there. Get away with it, so it's okay. Going to turn 9 then. Up and over the bumps. Quite a tricky corner, but getting a bit across the curb there. It's one where we do catch up to the AI, especially towards the end of the lap. Going to be useful, especially coming to the final corner as well, and we're going to be coming on to the final lap of the race. So are we able to, you know, sort of get past Iannone for a podium? It's a bit of a different podium with Zarco leading away from Marquez, and then obviously we're going on the hunt for Iannone. We're getting this 3rd place. I don't care what anyone says. 36 flat from Marquez in qualifying. So why the AI suddenly quicker? In qualifying they were about a second off of that pace, over a second off of that pace, so that's a bit of a strange one to me. But anyway, we've got to keep chasing down Iannone. The opening parts of the lap, we're going to drop off Iannone, but we'll bring it back in the final 2 sectors, which is what we need and what we want. Turn 3, come on. Right, it needs to pick up a bit of slipstream. I think we're going to be a bit far back, but it looks like, if you look in the distance, Marquez is going for the move on Zarco. Is he going to be able to make it stick as we come into this heavy braking zone, and the bike getting all out of shape underneath us, but we're able to control it, and Zarco not able to get... well, Zarco is able to keep ahead of Marquez, sorry. But we've dropped right off of Iannone. We've still got tyres to go, which is fine. So we need to start closing this. Again, this is a tricky corner, but we get it just about alright through there now. And I'll tighten it up for the next part, turn 8, and then bring it through turn 9, which is where we should be able to catch up quite a lot on Iannone. Let's go, spinning up the rears, come on. Into turn 10, into turn 11, 6/10 off of him. Looks like I might be a bit far back. Oh, we weren't able to push this KTM in the race. Gonna slam the brakes on really late as we close right in, but just not enough. Can we get him through the final corner? Oh no, it's just a short run. Oh, we almost come off the bike there. Almost come off of the bike. So after that race, do you guys want me to keep it 3 laps, or would you rather me keep it 5 laps? Well, not 5 laps. 3 laps or 25%, which would be about 5-6 laps, depending on the track. But 4th place, I will take that. I will take that 4th place. That is a good result from us. So, looking at the championship, then we shoot up 8 positions into 8th place with 13 points now. So that's a good point haul for us. Johan Zarco, right, has won both races. What is going on? Dovi's only down in 4th. Marquez is in 2nd in the championship. This is a crazy championship, man. This is going to be an interesting season, and we move up from bottom to 5th. Yes, I will take that on the KTM. So, Honda leading the way by 2 points from Tech 3. Wow, that is crazy, man. How's the Tech 3 better than the GP bike? That is absolutely crazy. Anyway, that's a good first race of this episode. Let's get into the next race then, which is going to be at Kota. A bit more of a tricky track, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So here we are for qualifying then in Austin, Texas at the Circuit of the Americas track. So here for the Americas Grand Prix then, around the final corner, we're going to start our opening lap, and it's a 2:06 from Miller. I know I can get that down to like a 2:02 or 2:03, something like that. So I'm going to whack in the first lap, and hopefully it should be fastest in this session. I'll be able to move on to Q2. So as you can see, we've gone 1.3 seconds under Jack Miller's time already through the 2nd sector. So let's see how we wrap this lap up then on the brakes, heavy into this braking zone at turn 12. So coming across the line then, let's see what we can do. It should be fastest overall, a 2:04 flat. That is going to be enough. Let's finish the session and see where we come. It should be 1st place. Indeed it is. So for some reason the AI are so slow in qualifying. In the race they find a 2nd a lap. What is going on? I think this game needs patching. To be honest, I think it might have been patched. And maybe they've broken it now, because it wasn't this bad when we first played the game. But anyway, let's get into qualifying 2. So it should be a not. We might potentially have back-to-back poles in this episode. So we're going to be going out right at the end of the session. There's 4 minutes left, which gives us enough to set 1 or 2 laps if we need it. So hopefully it's only going to be 1, but let's get into. I'm not sure what's gone on with my sector split thing in the top right-hand corner, but it's gone a bit broken. But nonetheless, let's carry on with this lap. So we're going to go around the final corner, and the bar thing in the top right is still a bit broken. But, oh god, we've ran a bit wide around the final corner. That's not good, but we're able to square it off for the final corner. We go 2:03.3. That's incredible. How have we gone 1.6 seconds quicker than the AI? I don't know. These 2 races, they've just been so broken, and we're a second quicker than Marquez. But we know in the race they're going to find 1.5 seconds, so it's not all good news. It's all about the race pace then. So let's get into the race. So here we are then, starting from our 2nd pole position in this episode. We've got a good chance of taking the win round here at Kota, but we've got to keep Marquez and Dovi at bay, as well as the 2 Yamahas there on the 2nd row. It could be an interesting one, so let's get into the start of this race then. Oh, we're spitting flames from our exhaust. Oh, come on, let's go. Let's go. We get a pretty decent start. Dovi, of course, is going to be in 2nd place on that Ducatis. We run a bit deep, and that's going to allow him straight up the inside. Dovi straight up the inside, but we take that wider line slot in front of him. Oh, that is good. That is good through turn 2. And we've managed to actually hold a pole position down from the start of the race. So we're going to take it easy for the S's on these opening laps. We don't want to push it too hard. Obviously, we've only got 3 laps around here, but I need to get the rhythm right before we can absolutely unleash all our pace that we have. So coming, oh god, come through turn 7. A bit nervous actually at the start of this race. This is our opportunity. Oh no, this is our opportunity to take convert a pole position into a first win here this season. Oh, we're all over the place here as Dovi tries it around the outside, and we actually nerf him out a little bit as we break a little bit early. So comes turn 11 then. Right, we're settled down. Let's settle down, and we've actually, what's going on here? Dovi's right behind us, so he could come for a move up the inside. He's got the Ducati as well as the slipstream. He's got everything he needs to be able to overtake us. We're heavy on the brakes. Is he going to come up the inside here into turn 12? No, he isn't. We managed to hold on to it. So Marquez has actually overtaken Dovi there, so that's not good for him. So are we able to actually take our first win in the MotoGP class on a KTM as well? We're finally getting the rhythm right and everything like that with it. Maybe it's just these 2 tracks. I know when we go to Jerez I'm going to struggle, because that's the next round, and basically Jerez for me is not a good track, and it's one that I make, well, I don't know what it is. I don't really make mistakes, it's just I can't get the right pace around here as we come a bit wide around turn 19 and going to be coming into the final corner, turn 20, to end this very, very long lap. Oh, get him running deep. We did that in qualifying. Get away with it though, square it off, and Marquez is right there. So we need to watch out for Marc Marquez. He's found some pace. We set a pretty much similar time to our qualifying time on this opening lap. So, coming to turn number 1. Oh no. Oh no. That is not good. How do we run that deep? No! We've absolutely bottled it. Coming back on the track. Right, okay. We're dropped in 6th place. That could have been a lot worse. We could have fallen off. So, let's see what we could do. We did have some good pace. So about if we could get underneath Vinales. Oh no, get across the corner a bit there. That wouldn't have been fair anyway. So we slotted into 6th place, and our rhythm has been unsettled. Call me Jorge Lorenzo if you want. I don't really mind. But anyway, let's see where we're going to be able to get these guys. Oh, these curbs are so slippy. Oh, look at the rear just going on us there. Run out. Ooh, I thought I was going to have to run out a little bit wide there. So coming up the inside of Maverick Vinales, very late up the inside, and Jorge Lorenzo. What a move up the inside. So Marquez has hit the front, Dovi's in 2nd, and Valentino in 3rd. We need to dethrone Valentino from this podium position, and then we can get back on the hunt for Marquez and Dovi. Very late, very late on the brakes. It's going to be enough as we come up the inside. Oh, we almost got the back of Marquez, but we managed to get a double overtake in that corner. That could have ended badly, but it went perfectly. So we're into 2nd place, and Marquez getting all over the curbs. What is he doing there? So we are back in contention for the win of this race. That is absolutely crazy. We had a rough opening lap, and then we messed up turn 1. But it's all coming our way again, and no, it isn't. Here comes Dovi. Oh, this KTM struggling around this long right-hander. Oh god, you give it a little bit of a lift up and it just doesn't work, trying to get underneath Dovi. So a win, it might be a bit of trouble, but if we can break really late at the end of that straight again, come up the inside. Oh my god, that was, oh, he comes back at us. Accidentally nerf him out of the way, but we've got the slipstream here, but he does have the Ducati power, and we don't have the slippery KTM and the powerful KTM to get underneath him. We'll let us go around the outside there. Doing around the outside, turn number 1. I think we might be able to. Look at that. That is good. That is good. Right, so now we're on the final lap, and we've got to be hunting down Marquez. So let's see what we can do. Coming through the S's. Getting a bit on the curb of that one. Bringing it around. Come on, we could get Marquez. Come on, we're gaining him, gaining on this KTM. KTM working a lot better since I did that upgrade to the stiffness of the bike. Makes it a lot easier to turn in, so you know that was a crucial upgrade, and it's really paid dividends as we've been able to get into the top 5 both of these races, and we're potentially on for a win here. We're taking advantage of the AI being a bit slow at this track. That's mainly what it's down to around here. But come on, this is a big opportunity to overtake at the end of the straight. Brake where I braked on the last lap, and we should be able to sneak our way up the inside. We have to wait and see. We've got Dovey still right behind us, so brake in as late as we can. Come on, can we? Oh, up the inside, and Marquez running a little bit deep. He's going to cut it back, and he's slotted back in front of us. That's good defensive riding from Marquez. I'll come up the inside, run a bit deep, and he's going to come back at us. Oh, we're on the curbs there. It's bouncing us out wide. And now we're going to be covering this long right-hander, which is going to be a bit of a struggle for us. And if we're not careful, Dovey might get us around here. So, oh, look at the bumps. Climbing all over the curbs, so I need to hold this apex and not allow Dovey through. He's right there though, come on. Keep Dovey at bay. I can hear his engine, let alone just see his arrow. I can hear his engine as we come through turn 19. Oh, keep Dovey at bay, so we're not going to be able to take the win here. Marquez looks like he's going to take the win. Yes, he is. We're going to take second place though, a podium for us. First MotoGP podium, that's good. So where's Zarco? Because he was the championship leader. But obviously, he looks like Marquez is now going to be championship leader. Okay, so where was Zarco? Zarco was 9th. That is not good at all for Zarco. So Johan Zarco drops to second in the championship meet. We move up to P4. We're 32 points off of Marc Marquez. And then we've got Dovey just ahead of us. So we're doing really well. We're doing really well on this KTM. So those upgrades have really done some good for us in the championship. So a bit of a better second episode, I think you'd all agree. If you want me to keep it at 2-3 lap races an episode, and then we every so often do a longer one and then do one episode, then do let me know down below. I think we're now the first rider, and here's our first time seeing ourselves on a MotoGP podium. Look at that, we're absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. So that's going to do it for this episode. I've got some R&D points, but I'll use them in the next episode. We'll upgrade the bike again. But look at that. We've got ourselves a nice second place. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, remember to smash the like button, share it around, and subscribe for more. So we'll see you in the next one.